What's up, YouTube? So it's the last day in August 31st. Planted this about 3 weekends ago, maybe 4 weekends ago, early August, and just got done mowing. Kind of see what's going on here. Do got some peaches. It turned out okay. So got the ladder back there, picking some peaches. Did what I hope is kind of the last mow. I'm kind of like torn. Do I come back here and weed whack around some of these trees, or just say F it? And I don't know, but wanted to give you a little update on the food plot. So this is the, you can see there, killed some stuff today. This is the east end. This was where I did the whitetail, what was it called? I'll have to see if it comes to me, but it's basically oats, some brassicas, and then I think like some rape and kale and turnips and stuff like that. And, you know, generally I can't say that I am upset with how green and lush and nice this has turned out. Gosh, I can picture the stupid bag too. I want to say like Whitetail Attraction or something like that, but anyhow, big, nice buck on the bag type stuff, right from Whitetail Institute. And you can see here, everything's coming up great. We got the oats, different grasses, and of course, all the leafy greens looking really, really good. If you've watched any of the earlier videos, you know my apples didn't do shit this year. Really late frost. I even took care of these, pruned them, sprayed really early on. Last year they were absolutely loaded. I mean, we had bushel upon bushel of so many apples. But this year it's like a select few, and so few that I might not even pick them to eat, so the deer have a couple to drop. This is the honey hole. This was a different buck on bag product that I tried this year. This is also coming in great. A lot of rape, forage, kale, beets, that kind of stuff. I don't believe there's any oats in this stuff here. Some of the edges didn't do too well, but that's kind of where I raked and you know, put clumps of grass and stuff. So I just don't think it made good seed contact. And that's looking really good. I'm happy with this. This is the first time this plot's come in. You know, everything's chunky. If you've ever watched any of my videos, you know nothing looks like it comes out of a magazine. I'm doing it with a UTV, not a tractor. This is all just field before I planted. You can see my chestnuts that I started this year looking pretty good. There's some stuff going on with the leaves here, but I'm not too worried about it. Next year I'll spray them just because I got the stuff to spray anyhow. Looks like we got my friend Poison Ivy growing in down there too, so I have to get rid of him. But the trees look good. There are some sections here that I missed with seed. I know I'm walking in it, but it's August 31st. I don't care about my smell right now. And plum trees in the back, coming back a little bit. This one looks a little healthier. But we've had just absolutely great conditions for growing. Not so much if you like hanging out by the pool, but we've had some cool nights now. We've had very warm days, and we've had rain. And like rain every 3 or 4 days, almost like clockwork. Like you don't see any farmers doing anything with regards to water. So one apple, I think, in this whole tree, and it's ugly and small. 2 apples. So that's a bummer. This section's interesting here. I don't know what happened. This is where I started spraying. I don't know if it just didn't till it up good enough. Lots of grass here. Still have some oats. Still have some of the leafy stuff, but not nearly as good in some of the other sections. Again, don't really care. Still got a bunch of food here. A whole 1.5 acres roughly, plus the apples, plus some just general, you know, orchard grass, clover, things like that. And then this is the west side, and this was beets and greens. I'm sorry, I take that back. This was winter greens. I think that now it's coming back to me. I think that's called Whitetail Attraction. So whatever, it's been a long day. And this looks much better than it did even last year. The edges, it's funny, took over really well this year. That middle spot, not as well. And it was like almost reverse last year, which is interesting. So it's also August 31st. I'm waiting any day now to come back here and see some trees rubbed up. You can see this is a 1 or 2 year old rub. These guys, you know, I love them. They're delicious. Put their antlers on my wall. They also like mess up my trees. So peach trees, they seem to do a little bit more than the apples, and these are getting bigger now, but they're still like that right good size. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna take a little walk through the spring plot. I mean, what more is there to say, right? I don't need to talk even that much on this. Had great bachelor groups showing up in the clover and chicory, and I only have one camera on this plot. And, you know, part of me is like, does it look good? But then I'm seeing them browse every day. I don't know what kind of browsing pressure I'm getting. Again, I don't use cages. One day maybe I will. But I just have this one browning here, cell cam. So it gets a limited window here. You can see the clover and you can see the chicory. I've mowed it. Look at the chicory there. I don't know if the deer love it as much as they do the clover. Supposedly turkeys do. I get huge flocks of turkeys in the late spring, late winter, and the season opens up, and they never come out to this field. I get them way back in my pines. I don't have a ton of roosting trees up here, and a lot of the roosting trees I did have were ash. Not that that's a roosting tree, but you can see if you're from the Northeast, or I think just about anywhere. Funny enough, that's a ash tree that's still alive. They're getting hammered. That ash borer sucks, man. And nonetheless, you know, I'm surrounded by ag land, mostly corn, some soy, some other open fields. Not a ton of hunters. Don't hear a lot of booms when I'm out. Now, I'll admit I'm a half-assed turkey hunter. I do it for something to do more than out of any kind of passion. Not particularly good at it, and probably I'm not particularly good at it because I'm not particularly passionate about it like I am with whitetails. But this north plot is popping a lot nicer than it has in years past. Again, second year, overseeded, but cannot stress the great growing conditions we've had. If you've got a lawn in the Northeast, you know you're mowing it a lot more than you used to. And on my journey last year, we had some pretty good droughts, literal defined droughts. So, you know, this pear tree I was excited about, they're little dinky things, right? I don't know if the deer are gonna eat them or not. I think it's some kind of ornamental pear because they certainly didn't grow to any size. But again, if you watch my videos, you know I don't often know shit about shit. So, planted these two other red Bartletts, got from Lowe's, put some cages up, sprayed around them. The positive is they have not died. I did plant these late spring too, which is not a good time to plant trees. You're supposed to do it in the fall or very early spring, but I got lucky this year. I was impatient, so I wanted to get them in the ground. Just like working the land. And we had such a good spring rain-wise that they're gonna do just fine. So next year I'm expecting quite a good growth. I'm gonna have to stake this one. It's leaning pretty bad. And those two branches are growing a little close together. So I wanna do some work before the off season to spread that out a little bit. It's August 31st and I'm probably the most prepared I've ever been. I put in 2 new stands this year. I've trimmed every single trail, every single shooting lane. Again, lots of chicory, clover mixed in as well. I don't know, see if they're gonna use it or not. I haven't put up all my cams yet. I haven't done mock scrapes yet. It's a little early for mock scrapes, but it's pretty close. Labor Day weekend for a lot of you guys in the Northeast. That's usually take a day or two, do a bunch of work. I'm fortunate that I've been able to do a bunch of work kind of all along as I take half days, take Fridays off, come here with my kids on the weekend to do stuff. I think I have a blind to work on, my ladder stand just to secure, make sure that's all good, but it doesn't require any lane trimming because it's on the orchard. I have never hunted it. There's actually 3 stands that I've never hunted or have not hunted, didn't even hunt at all last year, and I put in 2 new ones. So again, you're 3 years, 3.5, maybe. Yeah, this is my 3rd year hunting this property, the 2nd having the whole property to myself. And I think that's something that if you ever started somewhere, bought land, leased land, you set up stands and you're kind of your best guess based on, when I say best guess, based on your woodsmanship, right? Your runs, sign, rubs, scrapes, sightings while you're hunting, and then put up cameras, that helps. And then you adjust, and that's what I'm doing this year. And I can't wait, honestly. Got some good guys on camera. Really excited about. Probably will not have another update till sometime in bow season. So with that, for those of you that watch this, for those of you that care, I wish you the best of luck in your season, regardless of what your goals are. If it's to fill the freezer, if it's your first time hunting, just to see a deer, just to shoot something, if it's a mature buck, if it's peace and quiet, nature, whatever that is, that gets you out here in the woods. And that goes to non-hunters too, right? You don't even have to bring the bow and arrow with you. Whatever it is that makes you happy, I wish the best for you in the success. I think even more so, talking to my kid the other day about football and positions he wanted to play, positions he's currently playing, where he's doing well, where he can do better. Anything in life that's worth it is hard. Shooting a 12-point buck was easy. Hell, shooting a 2.5-year-old nice 8-point was easy. Everybody would do it, right? It wouldn't feel so good. So for those of you that are doing food plots, scouting, public land, boots on the ground, working your ass off, I wish the best for you. Those of you that are first-time hunters, go out with low expectations, be pleasantly surprised and learn. And those of you that kind of do it here and there, putz around, you go out on an opening weekend with a gun, you're probably not even watching this video, right? It's not your thing. You're not watching 10 minutes of a guy ramble on about food plots if that's the kind of hunter you are. But you know what? I need you guys too. I wish you success as well. Stay safe.